I know I've worn this shirt before. This has just been my lounge shirt. Alright, today is the last day um, of Jupiter being in Gemini. Tomorrow, Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer. So I'm really excited because that's going to be in my fifth house. And yeah, I'm just ready for some happiness, joy, fun, because I've been doing a lot of work. The Jupiter in the fourth house has definitely been um, a lot of growth when it comes to um, home, family, internal stuff, ancestral stuff. It feels like a lot of work, especially because it was in Gemini. So I'm just ready for this Cancerian energy, especially because it's gonna be in Jupiter, and it's just gonna be. It's gonna feel like it's giving my Pisces energy a hug, a big hug, because they're just gonna be so aligned. I'm so happy to really focus on fulfillment, joy, abundance when it comes to all things spiritual. That's a spiritually aligned creativity. I mean, that's my jam. So I'm just excited. I decided, okay, so today, yeah, I've just finished doing my morning routine, meditated, journaled. Today I'm going to be in honor of this last day of Jupiter being my fourth house. I am going to I'm letting go, I'm clearing out space. So I'm going to clean up my closet, which I've been putting off for so long, because I want to buy new clothes for myself. And I also could use some extra cash, to be honest, as I'm going through a transition financially. So I would love to use the money that I make to help, to help fund all of the things that I want for myself. Maybe not my necessities, but I will feel really fulfilled by letting go of some of the things that I don't need, and I can use that money to you know, buy more of the things that I want, and feel that I'm doing that in a mature and responsible way, because I have Saturn clocking me in my second house, my money management. All right, so I'm just going to pull some cards for whatever message or guidance that I need to learn today. Time for crayons, creativity. Yes, 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 yes. Creativity, creativity, creativity. Okay, let's see if any other guidance from the oracle cards for what I need to focus on today. Any guidance I need today, anything that I need to be reminded of today. Okay, that was fast. That was more than I thought. Okay, make a note of it. So I need to journal, which I feel like me filming this is showing that I'm making a note. Like I'm documenting this day, or anything that I noticed throughout this day is going to be important for me. Which I even feel like making a note of, because actually I this morning I went on ChatGPT, and I told ChatGPT that I'm going to be, clearing out my closet, and it's just that happened because I was learning more. I decided to research something astrological that was happening. I forget what it was. But I was looking up a transit. I think it was the Saturn in the second house. Yeah, I was reading a book about Saturn transiting the second house. And it definitely said that I am going to really need to be mindful of the attachments that I hold to things in my life. And if it's like doesn't align with my values, if it doesn't align with me on a soulful level, then it's pretty much, I'm gonna have to learn like hard lessons around that. So I'm like getting, so another thing that Saturn is doing in my second house, because second house has to do with your possessions and the things that you own, the material things. It's like pretty much anything that isn't like aligned materially to your values, regarding what you own, but also regarding how you make your money. You are going to experience like lessons that may be uncomfortable for you to be to like to fix that, okay, to change that, to restructure. That's a better word, to restructure that. So for example, I have been hoarding. I have a closet full of stuff that most of it I don't even use, and it's just been accumulating. It's been there because I feel like I'm gonna need to use it later, or I have like this is the attachment, but it's taking up so much space, and it's literally like at this point where I can't even have new clothes coming in, even if I wanted to, because the whole closet is full. It also has like old stuff that I just don't, so it's just like that's energy. That is energy that's been blocking anything that else that can come forward, you know. And also these are like anything, those like items that are in my closet have like memories, they have energy to them. So if I'm holding on to them and they're not aligned with me, or they're an old version of myself, then that is clashing with the new version of myself that wants to come through. So yeah, but it just feels, I've been avoiding it because it just feels like a lot, to be honest, and it feels like I should be focusing on other things. But how am I gonna, like, I should be like trying to focus on like work and other stuff, but it's like, okay, you're trying to attract more abundance, aligned abundance, right, into your life. So if you're trying to do that but you have a block, you don't even have space for it, then you're gonna keep hitting these blocks. So I'm like, all right, let me be smart, because this is about the foundation. Kind of thinking about this Jupiter in the fourth house for me. The fourth house rules your foundations. It's literally like it rules your home. But think of a home. What is the first thing that they create? They like focus on when they're building a home. The foundation. That is the most important thing. You can think of that physically. You can think of that like energetically, emotionally. If your foundation to anything that you're trying to start, whether it's a home, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's whatever, if your foundation is not solid, then you can build on it, but eventually, and it may stay together for a while, but eventually it's going to crumble because it wasn't created on a stable foundation. That is literally the epitome of my childhood, like my family life. I love my family, and like once again, I have to talk about it because it aligns to what I'm learning right now. So it's not me to like talk down on my family, because I love my family. We all make mistakes. It's not, or we all have lessons that we're learning. I have empathy for, just because I didn't grow up with like a stable foundation of a family, meaning like physically, I would say like, once again, I still love my family because it made me the loving person, the creative person that I am. But when it comes to like the foundation of like how to survive in the real reality of the real world, I wasn't built on with those keys. Thankfully, I did have other people in my life who tried, but I just feel like if you don't learn, if it's not instilled in you as a kid and in your home space, it's sometimes it's gonna take a rewiring in your mindset for you to understand, for you to be able to even hear people who have created stable foundations for themselves. You have to hear it and actually like choose to take it seriously. And so anyways, it's just been a whole thing. It's been a whole thing I've learned. I'm talking very generally, but the point is, this even goes to like the things that I want to attract and bring into my life. How can I do that if I don't have, like, I need to, so when it comes to like me wanting to have more clothes, something simple like that. Well, the foundation that looks like in my closet, it looks like a cluttered mess. How am I going to be able to attract anything when it doesn't even, there literally is no space, you know? So once again, I don't know, I'm just kind of all over the place, but I feel, but anyways, with me reading about the Saturn stuff, and it's saying that you need to, Saturn is going to be testing you or creating structure in your life, and probably like causing you to like let go, or forcing you to let go of things that are not aligned with your energy. So once again, I've just been holding on to all these things that are not aligned with my energy anymore, relating to clothes, relating to like paperwork, just stuff that I need to let go of. So the point of me saying all this is, so then that had me think about, I decided to look it up do research on ChatGPT about it, and it was just explaining more of like attachment, like when you're hoarding, as I will say, I definitely can say I have a little bit of a hoarder a little bit of a hoarder tendency, and that's actually not good. It's not good. It tells you a lot about yourself. One of the main things is having an unhealthy attachment to things that no longer align with your energy. Not good, because that hinders your growth. And then you wonder why you're not moving forward, and it's because you're still holding on to things in your past that don't even align with the new version of you. So how are you going to move forward? Phew, reality check. And you're like, oh, it's just things in my closet. That's representation. Your outer is a representation of your inner. That's another hard truth that I had to learn. As a even person that used to be very comfortable with disorganization outside of me, because that's what the family, that is where I kind of grew up. I, like I said, I'm not going to say, but I just definitely like my space, and, let's just say I grew up, it was normal for me to be in like disorganization. And so as I grew up, I kind of got comfortable with that until like other people in my life snapped me out of it and told me like, girl, this is not okay for you to be like living like this. No wonder you feel like you can't like ever, you're not focused. You're not, or, you're energetically, you're like more lazy. You are easily distracted. All this stuff like that. Your attention span is out of whack. You can't think because you're literally in this clutter. And for me, it felt like a normal thing until I had to like reframe it. And now like I value a clean space, because when the space is clean, my mind is clear. So these are things I just had to relearn. So anyways, let me move forward. So went on AI, did more research about that. And then I looked up, and I was like, you know what? Instead of, because I was just going to give a lot of my stuff away, but I've been listening to Gary Vee a lot, and he's been saying, like, if you could use some extra money, you should be selling on Whatnot. You should sell the stuff around your house on Whatnot the app Whatnot, which is a live selling app. And I was like, you know what? I need to, like, I've been listening to his videos all week, and he's just been saying that, so let me just do it. So I'm going to go and clean out my closet. I'm going to definitely probably give away most things. I don't know. Or I'm going to keep, and then I'm going to like put like 10 to 20 items to the side that I think are worth selling. And then, so I'm going to do that. But then it was just it was giving me more advice on how to intentionally start to clean, like go about cleaning my closet with intention. And it was just like, making it clear that you're clearing, or even saying the affirmation that I am clearing out my closet to make space for new. I'm letting go of the things that don't serve me and that don't align with me. And then it was just saying like whatever feelings or emotions that come up around certain things, like you should journal about it. Journal your experience, make a note of it. So as I'm like doing a lot of that part, I'm going to be making a note of like my feelings, or even journaling at the end of the day, whatever. So that's what I kind of think of, like making a note. And then any connections that I see, anything that happens today, like say I go on the live selling and it does better than I expected, which I'm going to have high hopes around. But I mean, I don't want to, I mean, I'm going to be like hopeful, but I don't want to like set whatever. But yeah, just making a note. This is just pretty much saying when this card comes up, you should journal certain synchronicities, certain connections, certain things, thoughts, ideas that come up for you today, which actually aligns with the energy because Mercury is gonna conjoin Jupiter today, which is so special. So Mercury, the planet of thoughts, communication, Gemini, is going to be conjoining Jupiter, which is the last. So it's literally like your mind being expanded. Maybe thoughts, thoughts, anything. Like you should probably do this too. Anybody today, I guess I'm gonna just post this early in the morning, or right after I film this, because this aligns with the energy. So make a note of any ideas that come to you, any aha moments, any creative ideas, anything that you learned today that like stuck with you through conversations, through books, through anything. Any synchronicities, like strange like luck moments, or like just synchronicities. Any connections that you notice, just drop them down today because they're going to be important. And also I have a funny feeling that this energy is going to be important. Like even though Jupiter is leaving Gemini, Uranus is going to be entering into Gemini a month from now, in July, next month actually, which is going to be a whole different energy. So I think we're going to definitely need to make a note of today of the things that we see that aligns with this Jupiter energy. This is kind of the last message. It's literally like today, Jupiter in Gemini is going to be giving you the final messages that you like need, the final clarity of like what it's been trying to get you to understand today. And you should all write it down because you're gonna need it for when Uranus enters Gemini. Jupiter is like luck, abundance, growth. Uranus is like change. So if you make a note and you remember what you've learned, what Jupiter and Gemini was here to teach you, then when the changes happen in Gemini, you will be able to adapt to it better. You will be able to understand it better. And I'm saying this for me because honestly, the thought of Uranus, like I'm like, can I just not have anything else go in my fourth house? Like I just feel like it's just so heavy because it literally has to do with like my foundation, my home, my family, my area of that's supposed to provide safety. And the thought of having Uranus, which is all about breaking, like literally not like it has to do with like change and like breaking free. I just, makes me kind of a little bit like, I don't even want to put negative energy out there. But if I utilize and I learn I take what Jupiter, all the lessons that Jupiter and Gemini has brought to me and taught me, and I make a note of it, then I feel like I will be able to easily navigate the Gemini, the Uranus and Gemini. So anyways, I hope that makes sense for you guys. So yeah, all right. I feel like I have to go pee, so 1 second. Okay. All right, so let's get myself together here. Okay, so yeah, just make a note, journal, anything that comes to you today. Next one is to let go, which, right on the money. What did I just say? I'm letting go. I literally wrote that in my journal. I said, I am ready to let go of the items, I'm ready to let go of the material items I have been attracted to, holding on to make space for things that align to my values. I am ready to let go of control and the mindset that I have to do it all myself, all alone. I welcome help that comes to me naturally that feels aligned. And that was about how today I am going to be, or I have been in the process of talking to a lovely well, she's now a friend of mine's, but she was a subscriber for me since like the beginning. And yeah, I we've become friends over the past years. And she like, yeah, was just like talking about, anyways, the point is she like is really wanting to become more involved in like the social media, like marketing and that kind of thing, and or content creating, but like doing it helping others. And I was like, yeah. And so anyways, the point is she's gonna be helping me now. She's gonna be my like social media person helper. um uh and this is like a big transition for me because I've been so like used to doing everything myself, and it feels safe to do everything myself. And you know, I just realized as a social media marketer for another business, and honestly, I, you know, if I'm honest with myself, like even this experience of me being a social media marketer, I've realized that I actually just want to be a creator. And I love my job, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that it comes with, but I think I really align the best with, and this is just me learning about myself. You know, I decided to like become a social media marketer because I was like, why not? I've been doing this for myself as a content creator, which is interesting because I've had to learn, there's just so many things I had to learn about myself through like doing, like just changing. And so as I've been like being a social media marketer for, you know, two businesses at this point, I've realized my strengths and my weaknesses. And I really do feel like, because I really, you know, ultimately want to give my time to my creation, my thing, my brand, my business, um I don't even know what I'm saying. Because I'm grateful, and obviously like I want to, but I definitely feel like I would, like after this, after with me working wherever I'm working right now, like my future goal is, obviously I still want to be able to help them, but at some point I do hope that like my I do plan and hope for my main source of abundance to come from my own like healthy girl healing, my healthy girl healing business. And in the future, because I've gotten people asking me like, oh, you know, if I could do the social media marketing for them, but it just, if I'm honest, I don't feel aligned to it. You know, I would love to do consulting work, like me just being the one, because here's the thing, it's exhausting trying to do two things. I always say like there's social media marketers who don't have any, they don't want to do their own thing. They want to devote their time, their skills to grow in other businesses. And I love that. And I always say if I never wanted, if I didn't have the entrepreneur spirit in me to do my own thing, then I would dedicate my time to helping other businesses. But I have to be honest with myself and say that, you know, as much as I do enjoy helping other businesses, it takes a lot of energy and time for me to be the social media marketer, meaning I'm the brains behind everything, especially when I'm a one person thing, because I'm working for a small business, and I don't have like a team. Like it's just me. And yeah, there's like another girl there who does like, she handles something else, but, and I don't know, maybe we can like come together, you know, even reframe the way we've been doing things and be more a team. I don't know, but the point is, I just feel like my job, as much as I like enjoy helping and I'm grateful for the abundance that it provides me, it leaves me feeling exhausted, too, like overly exhausted emotionally, creatively, everything, that I don't have the energy to give to my stuff. And I don't like that, because the reason why I decided to get this job was to allow me the financial freedom to, meaning to be able to pay my bills, to pay all that, so I could devote so I can also work on my business on the side until it can grow into my main source of abundance. But if I don't have any energy to give to it because of the energy that I'm putting out for another thing, then it's just like, and also, like I said, I am kind of diverting my energy, which kind of reminds me of this like Jupiter in Cancer energy. I'm diverting my energy to like wanting to be the creator. I just want like honestly, if I think about having my own like social media person or marketer, it feels like a weight. It literally feels like me taking a whole weight off. Like if I was holding backpacks and heavy clothes, it feels like finally I can just take it off and like give that to someone else that'll help build their journey and just be the creator. It kind of feels like, wow, I never felt this feeling before, and I'm excited to I'm excited for what it will bring. And it aligns with the Jupiter in Cancer energy that's going to be transiting through my 5th house, because that shows like less focus on like the social media part, the marketing part, the like, and it's more like you being the creator, not the one that is like the planner and structuring everything. So anyways, the point is, I'm just kind of like, because also, once again, it's interesting because I have so much stuff in my 11th house, and I was trying to figure out, I'm like, am I just not going to be focused on social media anymore? Because now that I have Jupiter entering to my 5th house, which is opposite my 11th house. 11th house is like groups, community, networking, marketing, all that. 5th house and also friends. 5th house is more of like, okay, the point is, 5th house is more like creative projects, self-expression, play, joy, doing more of the things that you want. 11th house is doing the things like that other people want. 11th house is like community, like them, everyone else. 5th house is more like you doing the things that you want for yourself, like for you. And so I was just kind of like, well, does that mean I'm not going to be focusing on like social media anymore? Does that mean that I'm not going to, and then no, it doesn't mean that, but it means like I'm going to be diverting my attention to more being the doing the things that I want to do, like filming the things that I want to do. And what now for me getting help, then someone else is going to play or help the role, even though I'm still going to be like posting on social media. It's like my attention won't have to be so much into like the structuring part of it. I can actually be the creator and have someone else be the person that deals with the putting it out kind of thing, or the structuring it and promoting it. So anyways, I just feel like I'm like letting go of control of that, because it feels really crazy to do that as a person that's literally done everything. You know, even as a content creator, you guys know, we play all the parts. So it almost feels like, wow, I'm so blessed and happy to like for this to be happening. So anyways, letting go of a lot of that, any like just those are the two things. All right, I need to hurry up because now I'm getting hungry. This always happens. This always happens, but I'm gonna trust that I needed to turn on this camera today and give like a little update, because I haven't been posting often. And once again, the sun transiting through my 4th house, so literally causing me to retreat, reflect. All right, any other final guidance on what I need to hear today, what I need to be reminded of today, what I need to focus on today? Page of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Page of Wands, the starts to new creative projects, to start to new creative things, the energy of like starting new creative. Wow. And that aligns. Creative energy. Playing with crayons, time for crayons, getting your creative spirit, inner child, all of this creative stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, let's look it up on ChatGPT. I like looking it up on ChatGPT because it really gives you more information. It's so good, guys. Page of Wands is a card of inspiration, enthusiasm, and new beginnings. Yes, inspiration, especially around creative or spiritual pursuits. Yes. Oh, guess what? Guess what, too? Because I'm like, this feels more like the Cancer energy. And I'm like, but Jupiter doesn't enter into Cancer until tomorrow. But guess what? Mercury is transiting into the sign of Cancer today. So our thoughts, oh my gosh, thank you, gosh. Thank you. Like this Mercury energy, this scattered energy of Mercury being in Gemini. Once again, the learning, all of the things, it's been great. Okay, but I'm ready. I'm ready for some creative energy. I'm ready. I'm ready for some align. Like, oh please, yes, give it to me. So yeah, Mercury's entering into Cancer. So our thoughts and the way that we communicate is going to be colored by Cancerian themes about intuition, about maybe more tied to our emotions or feelings. Talk more about creative pursuits as well. Maybe also some nostalgia. As well, maybe thinking about more home, family, things that nurture us. Maybe, yeah, like, so stuff like that. I'm just so excited. I need some of this energy. So yeah, that aligns with this creative energy, this creative stuff. Okay. It often represents a person, possibly you, me, who is curious, courageous, and ready to explore a new path with excitement. Does that sound like you? Great, we're aligned. I mean, we will be, because this is not just me. This is like a reflection. Honestly, I feel like because I'm an Aquarius, whatever readings that I give myself is going to naturally align with the community, the collective. I mean, that is literally what I've learned about being an Aquarius. And if it doesn't align now, then it's going to align in the future. That's another thing that I've learned. Because a lot of my readings that I give, like, yes, they may align now, but they are usually, like, future-oriented, too. So if people don't understand it now, once again, if you're an Aquarius, let me tell you something. If people don't understand what you're saying now or your thoughts now, they will in the future. Because you think future-based. Your energy is community and future-based. So I have to remind myself that for me, because it's like sometimes when I'm trying to get a message through to people or to tell people that, to talk to people and they don't get it, I have to remind myself that I live in the future. Like my energy is like future based and collective based sometimes, like a lot of times. So once again, if people don't get it now, Aquarius energy, if they don't get it now, they will in the future. Trust me. So don't change who you are. Don't change your thoughts. Don't think something's wrong with you. Don't think you're too weird or too like out there. It's just that you are seeing things in a bigger picture, future-oriented way, and the people who are not maybe open to that insight right now, or they don't understand it, which is okay. There's no right or wrong. It's just the perspective. So then they, but once again, they will. And I have to remind myself that. Okay. So anyways, I don't know. I'm just going off. All right. So the other meanings could be new ideas or projects are taking root. There's a burst of passion or curiosity pushing you to try something fresh. A messenger of opportunity. You might receive exciting news or an invitation that opens a new door. Time to take a leap of faith. You don't need all the answers yet. Just start. And then this is also associated with youthful energy, playfulness, and exploration. Follow your spark even if it's imperfect. So that's another thing of like leading, kind of once again, like leading the way that you communicate, the way that your thoughts, just kind of like let it flow. Like being in creative flow, like even mentally, or the way that you communicate, like communicating your feelings. Even that's another thing. Maybe we will be talking more about our feelings, expressing our feelings, which is so good. Well, once again, I'm just like so happy for this energy. I'm so like, I never been so excited for Cancer energy. So yeah. So yeah, okay, a question. Let's do some journal prompt for that. Let's do some Let's do some journal prompt questions. Fun. That aligns with this energy. What is something? Answer these questions in your mind, or you can write them down. Pull out your journals. Everyone ready? Okay. What is something I've felt excited to try but haven't yet acted on? Where am I being called to step out of my comfort zone? How can I channel my curiosity into action this week? There you go.